Every guidebook about the Vikings tells you they saw the northern lights as Valkyries riding to battle. It is a striking image. Vikings never wrote it. The Valkyrie story comes from an American mythographer named Thomas Bulfinch in his 1855 book, The Age of Fable, written in Boston, far from any saga, far from any aurora. Bulfinch was a hobbyist Latinist working at a Boston bank. His book became schoolroom canon for 2 generations. From there, the line traveled into Victorian children's books, then into the modern travel marketing copy that surrounds Iceland and Norway today. But the actual Old Norse texts say nothing of the kind. The Eddic poems, the sagas, Snorri Sturluson's Heimskringla, none of them describe the aurora as Valkyries, or as omens of war, or as horses in the sky. Snorri, who wrote the fullest medieval record of Norse cosmology, never names the aurora at all. There is exactly one Old Norse text that describes the northern lights at all. It is called the Konungs Skugsja, the King's Mirror, a Norwegian work composed around 1250, written as a father instructing his son. And it does not treat the aurora as mythology. It treats it as a problem in natural philosophy. The author lists 3 possible causes. First, that the lights are fire, ringing the inhabited world from beyond the ocean. Second, that they are the gleam of the midnight sun, reflected upward from the ice when the sun is below the horizon. Third, that they are vapors, rising from the cold lands and burning in the upper air. The third explanation is, in spirit, almost correct. The aurora is in fact charged particles striking gases in the upper atmosphere. Iceland and Norway sit under the auroral oval. The lights are a common winter occurrence, not a rare omen. But what matters is the absence. No Valkyrie, no horses, no fallen warriors, no omen of battle. The 13th century Norwegian writer treated a strange light in the sky the way a curious naturalist would today, by listing his guesses and saying he didn't know. The Bifrost Rainbow Bridge is sometimes confused with the aurora in modern retellings. But every Old Norse text that names Bifrost calls it a bridge, not a sky show. The conflation, like the Valkyries, is later. What the Vikings did with the northern lights was the unpoetic thing. They wrote a textbook chapter on them and tried to be honest about what they didn't understand. Everything else came after, invented in Boston, copied in London, sold in airports,